Okay, we're making progress now. So we are supposed to solve this one by completing the squares. So my favorite way to do these is I just look at this part. And again, it's half of the 6. The plus is the same sign as whatever is in front of those x's. So half of the 6. 6 over 2 is a 3 squared. And then I just kind of think about, well, what do I have so far? Because x plus 3 times x plus 3, x times x is x squared. 3x and 3x is my 6x that I needed. But right now, when I look at this problem, the 3 times the 3, I have 9, and I was supposed to have 12. So I need another 3 out here. And so to solve this, I just undo my operations. So what I need to do is subtract the 3 to the other side, get rid of that. Then I'm going to square root both sides to get rid of this, remembering a plus or minus, right? And then the last thing is that's going to get rid of the squared. So I'm going to subtract a 3. So if I'm going to write that all out so you can probably follow it a little bit, but if you can do it like I was just talking it through right there, it just saves you time. So subtract the 3 over. Square root both sides. Remembering you got to do a plus or minus here. That square root undid this square. Now remember, the square root of a -3, that's a square root of -1 times 3, right? Which is square root of -1 times 3. Square root of -1 times square root of -3. Square root of -1 is I. And that's square root of 3 there. So this is an I square root of 3. Notice they wanted the i's when I looked up there and mentioned them in the answer. And then the last thing is I need to subtract the 3 from both sides. So when I subtract this 3 on the left, it's going to cancel. And on this side, it's like it's a -3 there in front of the I and the square root of 3. And that's going to be my final answers. 2 of them. So it asked me to type them in and separate them by commas. So I've got a -3 minus and I backslash SQRT for my square root of 3, over the right comma, and a -3 plus I and a square root of 3. And how do we do? Great job, good job, just a good job. We didn't do great this time. Anyway, that's how I would do it, by completing the square. And you got your view and example, help me solve this. And if you need more practice, make sure you understand it. Similar question at the bottom of the page there. You got this. Extra practice if you need it. Keep after it.